Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason. I'm back again with another video, and this one is a massive collection update I got for you guys this time, including a couple things I picked up in Toronto recently with Brian, Embryonic Robot. We had a little quick meetup, and I controlled myself and did not buy too many things. In fact, that day I bought only two records. I was close to buying a third item at Sonic Boom, but I held back. Then I went to an amazing concert, a garage rock band, the Gruesomes, which I've loved since I was a kid, and saw them for the first time. Got a couple things to show you guys from them. Um, and they were recently mentioned in another VC video too, so that was kind of interesting timing. Of course, I have a big stack of CDs and cassettes here, including some killer stuff that I got from Distro down in the States. Or sorry, Distro in Athens, Greece. Not Athens, Georgia, but Athens, Greece. Nuclear Winter Records, an amazing death metal and underground metal label, and got a really great set of CDs and cassettes from them. And I got two really cool cassettes too from a US based artist, electronic artist, S. English, Shane English, down in Texas. Communicated with him, got a couple cassettes directly from him as well. So we have a ton of stuff to show you guys, so let's dive into this now. This could be pretty much my video for November, for the rest of November, because I will be traveling pretty soon to some other countries, other locations, going on a big trip over to Asia pretty soon, and looking forward to doing some massive shopping over there, see what I find metal-wise, experimental-wise, punk, etc. Hitting up a whole bunch of countries, so looking forward to that. Now, first up, let's talk about the vinyl. I only got two records to show you guys today. Everything else is CD and cassette. And I'm going to start off with what's playing in the background. You probably can't hear it. It's turned down a little bit, but this is Afflicted. Managed to snatch a copy of the reissue on vinyl. I got this recently on CD as well. Band was new to me. I wasn't really listening to a lot of metal in the 90s, truth be told. And if you guys want to see a super 90s looking picture of a band, take a look at the back of this. That's not exactly the most heavy metal picture I've seen of a band, but man, does that ever scream 1990s, right? These guys could be ravers in a field. I wouldn't have put it past them. Maybe the long hair is a little bit of a giveaway, but if you had said like, hey, these guys were like part of Prodigy or something, or Spiral Tribe maybe. But man, this is some killer old school death metal with some thrash influences. I believe these guys were Swedish, I think. This is their debut album. There's not a lot of records by these guys. I also want to get, I've got on order now the demos that were reissued as well. This is Prodigal Son, Sorry for All the Glare, Afflicted. If you see it, get it. It's worth it. It's got a lot of sort of thrashy elements too, as well as some melodicism to its death metal. And then the other one that I found in the wild, and I've seen this a couple times in the VC. I'm pretty sure I've seen it in the VC. I mean, the cover art alone is quite iconic and old school. This is Rogue Male, just kind of a funny, like cheesy cover, like very Terminator movie, or RoboCop. This is called First Visit. And yeah, I picked up a nice used copy of this. It was on Music for Nations, but this is the Canadian pressing on Elektra. So the center stickers look like that. But yeah, I had never really heard this band before, but I knew right away from seeing the cover that I had to grab it. Anything 80s metal. And it's really cool stuff. It's a UK band. It's got a bit of that kind of British pub sort of feel to it, I find. Like almost a bit hard rock. Sounds a lot like Motorhead, I find at times, like in their more pubby kind of feel. So yeah, it rocks. I like it. Not been disappointed with it yet. It is a punch-out version, it looks like. But yeah, Rogue Male and Afflicted were the two ones I picked up on that day when I met up with Brian. We went to Sonic Boom, our usual stomping grounds. You never know what you're going to find there. He picked up some Sloan, as I recall, and then we grabbed a coffee. Now, while I was in Toronto last, which is pretty much all the time, I went to see this legendary band, the Gruesomes. Now, I have the vinyl. Let me just grab my vinyl here. Yeah, these are the two first albums by the Gruesomes, which I had as a kid. I'm not sure if these are my actual OG copies or copies I got again later on, but they were on a very small, obscure Canadian label called Og Music out of Montreal, led by Deja Voodoo, which is also another great 80s find for garage rock. Um, Deja Voodoo more stripped down than the Gruesomes, more traditional kind of four-piece here. Bobby Beaton on the vocals, Jerry Alvarez guitar and vocals, Eric Davis on drums, and John Davis on bass. Yeah, this captured my attention as a kid, especially the whole Flintstones reference. I loved the whole concept, and probably was one of the main reasons it got me into garage rock back in the day. Tyrants of Teen Trash was the first album, 13 unlucky hits, including some covers, including a cover of Unchain My Heart, I'm pretty sure. Dementia 13, Jack the Ripper. And then there was the second album. Came out pretty quickly after. This came out in 87, the other one was 86. I mean, I'm talking like, I love these guys so much when I was younger that I even wrote to their fan club, and I think I got like a letter back from them, from their fan club. I feel like I had the letter still, but it's not appearing anyway. But yeah, there they are again on the back. Now, they haven't aged too much because I waited many, many decades to see them. I was supposed to see them, I think, 2 times in the last couple of years, but I always end up missing the concert. Finally got to see them in Toronto at the Horseshoe, which was legendary. And I will put some clips of that concert at the end of this video, so do hang around and or fast forward if you want to check it out. But I would say this is probably the better of the two records now. I always thought the debut is my more favorite, but this one has just chock full of killer tracks. Way Down Below kicks it off. I'm Glad For You is awesome. Leave My Kitten Alone is super fun. Ain't Got Nothing. Whirlpool is a cool like instrumental surf kind of track. I Can Tell is good. Buzz Off. That's all side A, all classic. Side 2 kicks off with a French garage rock song called Je Cherche, which is a cover of the Lutins, which is awesome. Then you got Why Me, which is pretty good. Time's Gonna Come, a little slower. Jackknife, Out of My Mind, You Said Yeah, and Heartful of Pain. Man, that is a solid record. So when I went to the concert, I saw that they had those two albums on CD, and I was like, yep, I'd like to get those on CD too. Why not? These were represses that were done in 2008. They're not fuzzy, but you know the color is not exactly the OG vinyl or anything, but sounds pretty cool. It was reissued by a Canadian label, I think out of Montreal as well, called Ricochet. They did some pictures on the CDs as well, like that. So yeah, the debut, and then the second album, Gruesomania. Now, they actually had for sale at the concert their latest release, which I sadly did not pick up because it was just a little bit out of my price range at the time. It was $30. It's a European import. I don't think it's available yet in North America, so it could have been one of those early bird listeners, and some people definitely did pick up the record. I picked up some other merch instead. I'll get around to the new one soon enough. Classic band, still going, still sounding excellent. I would love to go see them again. I have to say, from the concert, the set list was good, but really, like, their encore was actually better than their actual set list. I had to wait kind of until the whole concert to hear Je Cherche, which was the French song, which is a fave of mine. But yeah, they covered all the right tracks, covered all good grounds. So Gruesomes. Now let's get into some of the stuff I ordered and received in the mail. We'll start out. We'll go electronic next. 2 killer cassettes by Shane English. I was chatting a little bit with him on Instagram. Basically, I was having a hard time getting a copy of this album. This was his most recent at the time. I don't know if maybe he's got something else coming out soon, but this came out late last year, December. It's been a full year almost since this came out on Lies, one of my favorite labels. There is the white shell. Killer record of industrial sounds, Nothing on the inside of the J card, but I do got a download card. I already downloaded it off Bandcamp, and I think the tape was sold out or something online, so he managed to hook me up with one, which I am much appreciative of, and still rocking this, still getting into the whole thing. Loving this one as well. This is a mixtape, actually, by S. English, called Narco Analysis. Again, a lot of bright lights today because it's dark by 4 p.m. in Canada. Dark outside, so I gotta put the lights on inside. This one came out on Trilogy Tapes, also 2024. And the camera's going a little nuts. But yeah, man, this is a cool mix. Wow. Super obscure stuff on this one. There's the J card. And here is the list of tracks that you'll never be able to read. You can pause the video and check it out if you want. But suffice to say, a lot of experimental, obscure stuff from the 80s. That all has dates and stuff. Some European stuff. Something from Canada on here. I think it's all listed on the Discogs listing for this thing as well. Stuff from Spain, Portugal, Poland, Uruguay. What can I say? The man has some killer taste. Some stuff that I don't think I had recognized anything in that list. I'll check it out again, but it plays pretty. It's a pretty interesting mix for sure. So, Narco Analysis by S. English, and what is the most recent, I think, or very recent, Impossible Furniture by S. English. I've got some of his vinyl, and maybe I will do a little bit of a ranking faves of his releases. Most of them, well, a couple singles, couple of full lengths, etc. So next up, I also received in the mail, because I picked up the mail like yesterday, some CDs and cassettes, 3 tapes, and a few CDs here from Greece, from the label Nuclear Winter Records. But not all these are on Nuclear Winter because they're also like a distro, so I got some stuff on adjacent labels, European labels, if you will. These are 2 cassettes that are on Nuclear Winter, and they are brand spanking new. Like one of them, like this one, I think, is not even on Discogs yet. This one, we'll start off with this one, okay, because it's an EP from a Milan-based death metal band. And it's just 3 tracks on this thing, and have not even rocked it proper yet. Just got this yesterday, so can't tell you much more than that. But ghoulish, killer underground death metal from what I think is a one-man project, given the photograph. Lugubrious Garment. I should have said the name of the band or the project. Lugubrious Garment Demo 2025. Very cool. Could still make my top 10, top 20 of 2025, which I got to get around to doing soon. Man, this band. Okay, this. What is the name of this band? Anybody got a guess? Based on this logo. I know it starts with an E. It's like Escar something. The name of the album is what in the hell is this now? Okay. And the very fine print. Escarnium with inexorable entropy. Inexorable entropy. I'm not going to say it again. That is it. That's all we get for today for this band. But pretty cool looking shell as well for this death metal band from Brazil, guys, on Everlasting Spew, which is a killer label from Italy. And yeah, a little bit difficult to say that album title for some reason for me. And the third cassette I got, which I was showing a little bit earlier, Mortual. This is Altar of Brutality, a 2025 release as well. Sort of their debut album. I think they might have had an EP before this. See-through shell. This group is out of Costa Rica on Nuclear Winter Records out of Greece. All the lyrics inside. So some pretty killer death metal stuff. Like I said, I haven't listened to these yet, just online, and they sound cool. Also just fresh in the door. I haven't had time to check these out yet, but these are going to be rocking in the CD player this next week. 3 more death metal albums. We got Chaos Inception, Vengeance Evangel, I believe. 2025 release. Some death metal from Alabama coming at you strong here. This one is on Lavadome Records. I think that's a Czech Republic label. Then I got Cross, Deny, Glorify by what has got to be a Greek band, I'm pretty sure from the name, Athenotheos on Lavadome again. This is like black and death metal. Album came out in 2023. Just grab these off their distro, almost like blind buys here, basically. And last but not least, Cryptworm, Oozing Radioactive Vomiton on Pulverized Records, 2023 as well. So loads of glare today. This is just not a good lighting video at all. Bear with me. Sorry. Some great death metal, though. Trust me on that. All right. Wrapping up here with some kind of regular stuff, non-underground. Well, I got one more sort of underground, but a classic album. I finally got around to picking up some later Bolt Thrower. I say later because I only have the debut album. This one is actually their third album. The classic War Master album came out in 91. This is a 2018 reissue on Earache. And I've been rocking this a lot since I got it. Love the old school death metal and some groove elements to it as well. These guys are so legendary that everybody's kind of referenced based on them often. So a little Bolt Thrower in the house. And I got 3 rock cassettes here to show you guys. We got Talking Heads, Naked. Got this recently, local pickup, local Discogs order. I really dig this record. It was their last album, but they went out on a bang. It was like it's not as legendary as those early things. It's not, it's definitely not, doesn't have any punk edge to it at all. It's quite well produced. And it reminds me a little bit of like a Paul Simon. It's almost like a part 2 to Paul Simon's Graceland. There's a lot of like African, Afrobeat kind of elements and guitar playing, etc. Maybe Zamrock? I don't know if I'm going a little too far on that one, maybe. Anyway, this came out in 88. It's a US cassette with a see-through shell and a little booklet, too. Also includes a little booklet, which is nice. These sort of like lyrics of each track. Also got this in the mail, Europe. One of their older records. This is Prisoner's Paradise. I think this came out in like 91. They apparently wanted Bob Rock to do the production on this one, but he was a little busy with Metallica at that point and the Black Album. But nevertheless, it sounds pretty good like sort of hard rock, hair metal for the time. And I continue to pick up Rolling Stones releases just willy-nilly like that. Always love this album. It's one of my favorite Rolling Stones albums. And actually, when I was a kid, this was kind of my first Stones record. I had this cassette. Would have been like the first Rolling Stones record that I ever owned. Undercover the Night, killer track, very 80s with the production. And I have this on vinyl, but saw it on cassette. Decided to grab a tape copy. So there you go. I think they were not getting along at all at this point in the band, and I think they were like recording their pieces separately, even Mick Jagger and Keith Richards. But yeah. Killer old school Stones. So that is my haul for mid-November at this point. I have a lot of listening to do. I'll see you guys soon.